welcome. You are on the scene. We got a dynamic show for you today. We got the wonderful, luxurious, dynamic, vivacious Sandy Ray. Special guest co-host, Cabryl Briotti. Yes, so are y'all ready for a show? Are y'all ready to get down with Team Sandy Ray? Let's get it started. Yes.
Oh my goodness. Such a warm, amazing welcome. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. And the surprises are not going to stop, y'all. We have a dynamic performance from a beautiful, talented little Miss Racheal Alexander. Let me tell you something. Hold on. She has danced for the Chicago Bulls. She will be getting a speaking role on The Shot pretty soon, baby. She rocking and rolling. How old are you, Haley?
13.
13 years old. Dynamic. Yes, all this black girl magic up in here got me just, got me hot. I'm going to take off my jacket, but I'm looking too cute, y'all. Too cute. All right, so we're going to get started with a performance from Racheal Alexander, specialized for Miss Sandy Ray.
Yes.
Yes. So y'all ready to get this started? On the scene. We got the livest audience, y'all. Let's do this. Go after it. She went after it. She is her performing. So who helped you with the? Did you do your own choreography?
Madison.
Yes. That is so beautiful. All this black girl magic up in here. So this is Madison. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Madison.
Hi everybody. I'm Madison Smith. I'm 17 years old.
Oh
and
my
I have
God.
a company called Mac.
Woo! because you do have a dance company.
Yes, so we're located in Beverly, which is basically Premier One Dance Academy. So we're inside of that studio. So you can contact Premier One, and then you will get Mac.
Always look
All
for them.
right. All right. We're going to shout out to Madison and Lady Alexandra. Yes. So y'all ready to get started?
Yes.
All right. We got Sandy Red up in the building. What? Cabryl, you ready?
Yes.
All right now. Let's get it started.
I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
You know you ready when you ready.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, because I'm a cry in the car.
Oh.
Just to let y'all know, I've been a fan of hers for some years now. So when I got this opportunity, I immediately jumped on it. So I'm gonna be professional during this interview. But I'm a cry.
I'm crying with her. You want to cry? Yeah.
I'm a cry too.
We all gonna be crying. So thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate you on the scene. It's very honored to have the lovely Miss Sandy Red here. We've been watching you, girl. Let me tell you something. When you sung that Ariana Grande song, you hit that baritone. I was like,
Yeah.
boo boo. You know, Nate Dogg and Warren G, the regular song. We all trying to hit that note.
Yeah.
That's how I was like. I was like, y'all just stop playing. You are so dynamic. Your voice has so many different elements. I didn't even think about Ariana when you were singing that song.
Oh,
I was
wow.
like, baby girl, sit down. A grown woman is singing this song. Okay? Dang. So just tell us about your journey. Oh my gosh, how has this experience been? This is like crazy.
Yeah, it's like overnight, but it's not overnight because I've been working and
Yes.
grinding for a long time,
You
over
have.
10 years now, and I mean I've been singing all my life, you
Yes.
know, but as far as making the decision to pursue it professionally as a means of income,
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
been a 10-year-long journey, and it's been a struggle, but it's been a struggle that I'm so grateful for.
Yes.
Because I'm doing what I love to do. So if I can struggle doing something that I'm just cool with, then why not sacrifice the struggle to do something that I actually love and I'm passionate
Yes,
about?
absolutely. And you said some key things because we do often do things that we hate and we're still struggling and then we're scared to pursue, our dreams.
Yeah.
And when we found out you were coming, the first thing I thought about passion, I thought about power, and I thought about purpose and being in alignment with your vision.
Yeah.
Because it takes all three of those things. And
Yeah.
see, just reading your back history, your mom infused, that music in you guys.
Yeah.
She was planting seeds in you guys at a young age
Yeah.
to get to where you needed to get to. So you had that in you and it just manifested itself.
Yeah.
And now we're here today.
Come on.
Top 24.
Yeah.
Hold on, who got top 24? Sandy Red got top 24. Yeah.
Well, I'm loving this audience.
Yes.
Come on, Sandy.
Hey.
All right. So we got some audience questions already. Cabryl, you want to step in?
What I was going to ask was, speaking of passion or purpose,
Yes.
how did you finally take that one leap to where, as you just said, forget it, I'm just going to jump off the cliff and build my wings on the way down? What advice would you give someone who is on the edge of that cliff, that's teeter-tottering, that doesn't know if they're going to do it or not? Do you just tell them, just fly free?
Absolutely, and the way that I entered into it was real. It's a funny story because I used to be a marketing director, regional marketing director back in the day, and although I loved what it was that I did, I always knew that I was missing something. I always desired to get back into my music, but I just didn't know how. I had a huge responsibility at work, and I was traveling a lot. At work, literally would pick my kids up from school to go back to work. They'd be asleep on my work floor. I mean, literally, I had no time for anything else outside of work. And I always prayed, like, God, just give me more time for my music. Give me more time for my music. And one day, I got laid off.
Wow. He will answer them prayers.
He gonna answer it. Maybe not in the way that you think
Right.
that it's supposed to come. But he certainly answered it, and I didn't recognize it at first. So I literally bawled my eyes out. I'm crying because I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to feed my family. I'm not sure what I'm going to do.
Yes.
And so literally what happened was when I was younger, I had my son young. So I went straight into the workforce. I had no degree, but I was always smart, so I advanced quickly.
Right.
So I'm this young person making over 6 figures with no degree. You know, marketing master's degree programs for school teachers, for people who are educated well beyond I was. So when I got laid off and I was trying to look for something else in that field that I was qualified for by experience, nobody would hire me because I didn't have this piece of paper. And so I got desperate and I was like, you know, I'll take anything. I'll take McDonald's, I'll take whatever to feed my family. And literally none of them would hire me because at the end of the day, they're looking at my resume and like, you're not gonna stay long. What you doing trying to get a job? I'm too experienced. And finally, after just 6 months of fighting and trying to figure out, okay, trying to find something, it clicked. I'm like, okay, God, you answered my prayer. You gave me all the time in the world I need to pursue my music. And when it finally clicked, I'm like, okay, let me focus on that thing. And I haven't looked back since. I never got into 9 to 5, so that was 2 years ago.
Oh my goodness. What a beautiful testimony that is, and that's very encouraging because when you're out here in this entertainment industry, it's rough. Especially when you're a single mom, you have to, and it's like, it's not just me, I can't just go curl up on somebody's couch and corner on the floor. You know what I'm saying? I gotta, you know, if I'm lacking, they're lacking. So how can I do this? So thank you for stepping up because somebody is watching. I'm inspired. You know what I'm saying? Cabryl is inspired. She gonna go cry some more in the car. You know. Whoa. Yes. So moving forward to The Voice, what is it like to now you're with Jennifer Hudson? So what is it like? Because she went through the same process with American Idol. So what is it like to just work with her and kind of just build that relationship and just know that she kind of went through the same thing that you're going through right now?
It's extremely inspiring, and it's such a humbling experience because you see somebody, like you said, that have gone through these steps, that do know how I'm feeling and what I'm thinking and what's coming next and things like that. And I'm able to pick her brain, and she's giving me some real, genuine, down-to-earth, Chicago style. You know, just feedback and nourishment and all of that. So I'm so appreciative of the time that they take. You know, because, I mean, she has a lucrative singing career. She doesn't have to be there. She chooses to be there to pave the way for somebody else that's in a position that she was in. So I'm just grateful for that.
Yes, and we are too. Absolutely. Woo! Shout out to J Hud. Yes, put me in work with Sandy Red. We gonna get it to the top. Oh my gosh. So oh my gosh, let me tell you something. Them knockout rounds, I can't even breathe. I gotta tell myself to breathe sometime because it's like ridiculous.
It is.
Like
because you're sitting on the edge of your seat.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, what's gonna come next? What song am I gonna sing? And everything. So with a knockout round, do you still get nervous getting on stage? Do you still feel them butterflies? Like, do you have a moment to where as you pause and you really like, okay, this is happening, and then you have to go right into it?
My nerves more so come from, I'm just, okay, give me a stage.
Yes.
You know, in those moments, it's a lot of hurry up and wait. You know, it's a lot of prep work behind the scenes. You know, the hair and the makeup and the, you know, figuring out what you're gonna wear and you know how that moves and all of that kind of stuff, and the rehearsals with the band and everything. So it's just kind of like, all right, I'm just anxious to get out there, you know, and it's definitely a journey away from the butterflies that I used to get first starting out. I couldn't even open my eyes or move on stage. I was frozen, like literally, and you could visibly see me shaking when I first started out 10 years ago. So now to, you know, see the growth that I've made from then to now, I'm just, look, just give me a stage. You can't tell me nothing.
Knock it down.
Hey, it's coming.
Yes, and what was that process? Because you got people watching like, man, I'm scared, you know. I feel like I'm about to throw up, boo-boo and everything. They're not I mean, you get diarrhea
around stage.
I'm telling you. See, the thing is that I was terrified getting back on a stage. And because in growing up singing background from my mom, I was never, like, even when she would pick us to do different solos, I was never the first soloist. I was always in the background. I was always, you know, not necessarily super shy, but more reserved. You know, so wanting to get out there and having the desire to get out there was so much bigger than my fear of actually, you know, the butterflies that came along with it. So I'm like, okay, what do I have to do to get rid of this feeling, because I don't want anything to hold me back from what I'm going for. So I literally start going to every open mic, every karaoke you could possibly think of, anything that I could get my hands on musically, just to practice and get comfortable with being in front of people. So, you know, as I started going more and more and more and being in front of all these karaoke people that can't sing and don't care. So it created, but it really did create a platform of, you know, I can really try anything that I want in here and nobody's gonna judge me. So next thing I know, eventually I could open my eyes, I'm okay. And then next thing I know, I did a 1-2 step, okay? I like that. The next thing I know, I walked the crowd, and all right, ain't nobody booed me. And next thing I know, I did a dip turn. And after that, I mean, literally, it went from that to just give me a stage.
Give me a stage.
That's all I need.
And you know what that is? That's faith without works.
Come on,
Is dead. People have a lot of faith.
Thank you.
They don't be working towards it. So you said, you know, I'm gonna actively work towards it.
Exactly.
And that's something a lot of people might not realize. Like, a lot of people see you now because you've been catapulted, as they would say, into the spotlight. They don't realize the hard work that went before that. Because I was saying, I met her. This is when the fandom started. But I met her at an event in Maywood, and she was performing. I mean, the place wasn't no bigger than someone's closet. And when I say she tore it down, she tore it down. I played her first CD until it broke. But that just shows humble beginnings. Because it couldn't have been no more than maybe about 20, 25 people in this closet-sized room, and you're performing. And you performed like we was at the United Center, sold out. And people don't realize, let's say, the struggle and everything behind it, the blessings of the struggle, as I like to say. Could you just go in there a little bit deeper, that those who might say, oh, well, I'm not performing there, you know, that's beneath me and everything, because they're looking at the bigger picture and not the elements that create the picture.
Absolutely. I feel like it's so important to remember that, number one, big or small, you don't know who you're in front of.
Exactly.
So let's always remember that. You never know. There's big people in small rooms. So you have to make sure. Because a lot of my opportunities came from somebody in a small room that got me to a bigger room. So, and then on top of that, you know, you have to show your appreciation for the support that people give by letting them know, you know what, you deserve just as much of a show. Those 20 people just as much as 20,000. So how dare I, you know, limit or minimize what it is that you're worth? You know, so that's always been how I've been. I mean, I'm cut from that cloth where it's like, I don't care if I accept a job that's free or that's paying me a couple grand or $1 million or what have you. If I've accepted the job, I've accepted the responsibility that comes with that job to do a good job. And the best job that I've
Monica, please!
The money should not determine the quality of work. The quality of work should be consistent across the board. That's going to precede you. That's your reputation. So it's going to precede you every time.
That's that spirit of excellence. And that, whether you're doing the dishes at home, sweeping the floor, or you're performing on The Voice. You know, that's why she's doing and what she's doing now, where she is now. That's why she can get on that stage and beast mode, like, what? Give me the mic, and I show you what I can do. Because she's been doing, she's trained to do it. Because guess what? What Beyonce does every day, you know, that greatness is not when you first get on the stage. When you get on the stage, greatness is what you do every single day. Every morning you get up. I know you rehearsed, but you didn't feel like rehearsing. I know you was doing stuff. You're like, I don't feel like doing this. Ooh, hitting the baritone.
And I watched my mom, you know, as the powerhouse that she was. I mean,
Yes.
that's what I strive to be, because she could tear up a doggone room. Like literally from small to big. And I watched her growing up sing for small churches, big churches, funerals, weddings, somebody's birthday, you know, all of our school events, everything, and literally sing them up, down, left, right, in and out, all over the place. So, you know, seeing her do it and literally love on people and show genuine, I'm just so grateful for this platform, because I have a voice and God is using me as an instrument. So,
absolutely. And we can see all the love pouring out and all the things. I mean, you just got the keys to Matson.
Actually, that's coming.
It's coming on Saturday, right?
This Saturday. They are doing a ceremony where they're presenting me with the keys to the city, which is It is an open event, so everybody is invited if they're available. But it's going to be at the Matson, the Village of Matson, and it's still all like a dream to me.
Man,
like I'm so just like okay.
I can only imagine. It's like you wake up like, hold on.
Man.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah, I'm just grateful for it all, and I appreciate everybody for everything.
Yes.
Have you had a fangirl moment with the people that you're starting to run across here? Have you had a moment to whereas, oh my God, that person knows who I am?
Mariah Carey. Literally, she was one of the guest knockout coaches. And to literally just be able to sit there and pick her brain and then sing for her, and for her to critique me and tell me, different things that can elevate my level. You know what I'm saying? This is a woman that has sold over 200 million records, that has had over 18 hit singles. That's man.
That's like
So I tried my best to hold my composure. Right. They have edited some things out. Right. But I'm telling you, it was just so surreal, and it just felt really good.
Yes, because there's so many people that I've wanted to meet, like the Michael Jackson and Gerald Levert, and people who have passed. We don't have the opportunity for you. So for you to get the opportunity to meet some of the people that we grew up listening to. Yeah. What was Mariah in the 80s? When was she doing? She first early 90s.
Early 90s.
Yeah. And the black cat suits, okay? She was from the black cat suit to the jean shorts. She likes them. She keep that bad boy.
Man.
Yes, so it was definitely, and you're that same person. Somebody's gonna be like, man, Sandy Red, won't Sandy Red.
I remember when. And then they're gonna have your songs listed for karaoke. Oh,
yes. Then we gotta hit the baritones.
Yes, so that was definitely something I had to get used to as well. Like growing up, I hated my lower register. My mom made me the tenor of our group. It was me and my other two sisters that were her background singers, and I didn't want to sing like a boy. I wanted to sound pretty like a girl, like my other sisters. And I hated it, even going into my teenage years. And after that, I had that little stint of not doing music for a while. But once I got back into it and really started to explore those tones and realizing, the beauty that was in it. And I didn't think, or I wasn't able to reflect on what it was that my mama was doing for me.
Right.
Like she was really giving me something that not everybody has.
Yes.
And see, your voice, to me, your voice is unique. Like I can't say, she sounds like Anita Baker, or she sounds like, let's say, Ella Fitzgerald, or anything along that lines, because those are women with big social voices. Phyllis Hyman. Your voice to me is on a whole nother level. Something that is needed for music. A genuine music, because you're not only a performer, but you are a genuine artist. You're a genuine singer. Right. Things, and this is no knock to anybody that's out there with auto-tune and everything, but But me myself, just to hear that, and so you have depth. Like that is something like woo woo.
You got that
right.
Right.
But you have that depth that is much needed in today's music. And speaking of today's music, in the climate of music, and you have so many people out there that's performing, that's doing whatever. With you doing what you do, and would you say that you are in your own lane and you're focused on you, or do you listen to other type of music to help develop your style, to help develop your craft?
I think, I honestly feel like there's nothing new under the sun.
Okay.
So I feel like, my style of music is a combination of a lot of different influences that I've had growing up, from gospel to, that's my core foundation. That's what I grew up singing. And then you have your rock element that's just got that nice drive to it. You have your soul that like just pulls everything out of you, makes you want to cry. You know what I'm saying? You have, all of those different elements, those sweet elements. And I feel like I'm just a combination, a big ball of all of that.
Yes.
I have the capability to be able to do and sing it all. And I want people to be able to openly accept that music it shouldn't be in a box. And we live in a world and a day and age now where there's so many people that listen to all genres of music. Right. You don't have your R&B crowd or your pop crowd or your rap crowd anymore. Everybody's listening to everything. Yeah. So why not have an artist that can exude all of those things? Yeah. I can rap too. Come on. I do it all. So my team be like, she got bars. Please don't rap. I got bars. I got bars too.
Right. See, and the great thing about it, especially with social media and the society that we live in now, it's not just national. It's not just local. We're talking about a global.
Yes.
A global scale. A global audience.
Right. Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. I mean, even with my style, I feel like I can take any song and make it my own, because I do have that rock soul edge to it, where it still doesn't break down the integrity of the song itself. You still get that quality of that song, but I just add my little stank to it.
Okay.
Stank.
A little stank. What is that?
Put that little seasoning on.
Stank back.
And when we get into your whole style, you're vivacious, you're dynamic, and when you come in, you own it. Like some people walk in the room and you don't even know they're there. When you walk in the room, it's like
captivating.
Who's that lady? You know what I'm saying? When I walk, I play theme music in my head. I know I ain't the only one. You better stop playing, Felicia. You know I ain't the only one. So with your because as you mentioned before, when it comes to fashion and music, just like we just did Chicago Fashion Week, and the big theme of Chicago Fashion Week is diversity and inclusion. So how do you feel about just the fusion of music and fashion together, just bringing people together to promote that diversity and inclusion?
I think it makes perfect sense, because we are visual people. So, we are not just attracted by the sound, but by the look and by all of that comes with that total package.
Yes.
So it was always important to me about, what I was going to do in order to represent myself and my brand. Right. All of this took some time to figure out.
Right. You wearing it well, man.
It took me years to get to the point where it's like I knew what it was that I wanted to look like and what I wanted to be, because I know how important that is. I don't look at it as fashion. I just look at it as, how do I want people to see me?
There you go.
And I want to be an example or something that somebody can look up to. So I want to be that girl that's okay with rocking my natural. You know what I'm saying? Not feeling like I always have to burn my edges and lay my burdens down. It took some time for me to get there. I went through the sew-ins. I went through, all of that. And it's no knock to anybody that's still doing that. It's just that I always encourage people to find who you are. Live in who it is that you're comfortable with. And it took me a second to be comfortable fully 100% with me.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's truth, because we all go through that.
Yes.
It doesn't matter whether it's you, me, Mariah, Halle Berry. We all go through those things. It's a process finding yourself, because the world, it commercializes life so much to where you just don't know where to go and what to do. And you took the time to figure that out, and we're so happy that you've done it.
Yes.
10 years.
Baby,
It took 10 years.
and it may be 10 years to you, but one day to God. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yes, and you're coming into, as we get older, these are like the best stages. I'm 36, boo. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, baby. Look, them youngins is older. I got teenagers now. Mama free. Get out of that nest a little bit more. Man, I's free now. I's free. Y'all cook your own food, wash your own clothes. I's free.
Right.
Great job.
Oh. Am I good?
Mine has already flew the nest.
Oh, so you's really free.
Right. Mine is flew the nest.
Yes, we're gonna get some audience interaction. We're gonna get some audience questions. We got the dopest audience in the world. Yes. So do we have any questions from our audience members? Please step on up.
Well, I have more.
No, you get your butt on up here.
Come on, baby, music.
Well, it's not more of a question. Well, it is a question, but you're inspiring. Being a single mother, making it through this trials and tribulations that you went through to get to the point where you are now. Someone like me, I'm a single mother. I was homeless 7 years ago. So I'm trying to push forward and keep the faith. How do you keep the faith with it's like everything always pushes you back. You take one step forward, something pushes you like 10 steps back. What can help me stay focused?
Our stories are extremely similar because I was homeless as well. I had to live with, jumping from house to house with different friends and family and, trying to figure it out through music.
Yeah.
And here's what always carries me through. Literally, somebody always has it worse than you. And my mind takes me back there to somebody that doesn't have options to stay with a friend or a family member, who doesn't have options to, have something to lean on, or even have 10 steps to fall back. Right. There's always somebody that has it worse than you. So when you think about it like that, then it allows you to look at your what little you look at as little and make the most out of it. Because there's somebody that doesn't even have what it is that you have. So that's how I've always carried through and making sure, like, and I try to be as transparent as possible because I feel like it's so necessary for people to understand, like, the struggle is definitely real.
Yes.
Not even 2 weeks ago, I was traveling with holes in my shoes. Like, even after being on TV, even after trying to figure out and borrow clothes to, to try to, at least represent myself well on television. And nobody knowing that, I'm still struggling. I haven't made it out of the woods. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to figure it out, even now being on TV. But I feel like God has a plan for me.
Yes.
And
God's plan.
the holes in them shoes is still a shoe.
Right.
Yes.
Baby.
It's still a shoe. So I'm just grateful for the people and the support that I have. Because a lot of times, and my friends and my family get so mad at me because I don't wear my struggle on my sleeve. And I try my best not to put my stuff on other people. So even now, my team is probably sitting over there like, Sandy, we didn't know we gonna kick your butt. What do you mean? Why didn't you tell me? Because I have so many people around me that support me and that would help me, but I feel like, I'm happy with where I am.
Yes.
And you have to learn how to be content with where you are in order for God to elevate you to where you are going.
Woo! Okay, we got flavor. Hey, you know what? And round of applause for Damien because this is his spot today. He was gracious enough to let us come in here and do what we want to do when we want to do it.
So I was watching and everything, and one of the comments that I had is very simple. I seen Mr. Country Man do like this, and he always do like this, you know. And you was just so overflowed because they turned around and I saw it. I was like, goosebumps came. I know when I see a good singer, goosebumps fills your arms and your legs. You know you do.
Right.
And that happened. And so I was like, oh my gosh, who's she gonna pick? Was she gonna pick Jennifer Hudson? Because based in Chicago, the Chicago. Why did you choose who you chose?
You didn't say her name.
I didn't say her name, but I know who you chose. Yeah, I know you chose Kelly. Why Kelly? And I know Kelly is she's more of a rock and everything. Now you have that soul, but why Kelly?
My choice had nothing to do with Kelly's genre. It had
Okay.
nothing to do with Kelly's personality. It had nothing to do with any of that. I feel like God leads me to where it is that I'm supposed to be. And I felt like God was speaking through her to lead me to her. And when she was talking about my rock and my soul and the fact that I am a rock soul artist, and she said that without even knowing it. You know, she talked about me having this Tina Turner-esque vibe, and I've always mirrored my performances, my energy, you know, after that Tina Turner vibe. You know, she talked about not putting me in a box, and for the last 10 years, I fought not to be in this box because I'll sing and I write every genre of music you can think of. And then she topped it off with, I don't care who you go with, I just want to see you continue along in the show.
Right.
So that's such a selfless comment that somebody can make. It's not about me and you helping me win as a coach. Whatever I can do to help you, even if it's not with me, then that resonated with me. I felt like God was speaking to her, and that's where I was supposed to be.
All right, that's good. I'm gonna say something. I'm sweating. Girl, you is
Yes, do you have any other questions from our audience member?
Yeah, I have a question. Really,
Say who you are.
my name is Darrell. I'm here with Damien.
Yes.
Really appreciate your humility. It's essential. It's essential. You were very well spoken. She was talking about the exposure on the global level, right? What do you have to say, like with the piracy, the stealing of the music, the exposure before you actually get the whole album together? I mean, what's your take on that now? Because you know, back in the day, somebody could get a record deal, put the contract together, put the album together, and the album holds until the release date. But now, YouTube, Twitter, this, that, and the other, and it's going to infringe upon your brand, possibly. I mean, what's your take on that? How you feel about that?
This is across the board for me. What's mine is mine. What God has for me is for me.
That's right.
There you go. What's supposed to be mine is going to go in my pocket. It's going to bless my soul and my family and everything. And, you know, so I don't judge anybody for whatever it is that they do, or, you know, because at the end of the day, my sole goal is to change the world through my music. And if that happens for some people through paying for it versus some people from downloading it or what have you, my purpose is being fulfilled regardless of how it happens. So,
There you go, yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, we have time for another question. Come
Oh.
on, Danica.
It's Brand. My name is Danica, guys. So one question, you touched on a lot, support system. You touched on, you know, a little bit about the past, where you at right now.
Yeah.
So my, I guess, ideal question, what is your why? Now, you touched a little bit, but that's bigger. I can see it already.
Yeah.
But what is your why to keep you focused besides the support, the team, and everything that's saying, I can do this now, because you said back then you couldn't.
Yeah.
But you at a place now that you feel God has brought you. But what is that why to keep elevating you every day to keep going, no matter? Because I know there's probably people that still don't know you.
Yeah.
But it's a lot more that do, and you're still trying to reach levels.
Yeah. I have a couple of whys. Of course, my first and foremost is my babies. I have an 18-year-old and 12-year-old son. And of course, I wake up and breathe every day to make sure that they have everything that they want and need. You know, struggling as, you know, a child to a mother of 8 kids, raising us all on her own, you know, we weren't strangers to the struggle. So I fight every day to make sure that they have everything that they need. I buy them several $100 pairs of shoes, and I'll go with holes in my shoes to make sure that they have what they need. So they are definitely the root of my why. Also, my mother, you know, she a powerhouse that was taken a little too soon, and I feel like all the hard work and sacrifices and the effort that she put into us, it's my duty, it's my privilege, it's my purpose to be able to make sure that people remember her through the work that I do. That her legacy is not in vain. That everything that she put into us, that people will be able to appreciate and see that through me. So yeah, I have a responsibility to her because she did so much for us, and she oh God, I'm gonna make me cry, Jesus. Because she wanted a career, she wanted this, she wanted to start a school, she wanted to do all of that, but you know, she felt like I have 8 kids, I have a responsibility to them, and I'm gonna make sure that they know that they're more important than anything that I have going on. I have to put them first. And so for me, you know, it took 10 years because at the end of the day, my kids come first. Them having a normal life comes first. And so me now looking back full circle and understanding, you know, where my mama was and what it is that she did, and the fact that I can do what she did for us, for my kids, and also achieve her dream, which is now mine. Woo! And then my last why is that my goal, and I feel like my responsibility, is to change the world through music. And I feel like we are in a place and a time where we need a positive example through music. You know, I'm a firm believer that you treat others the way that you want to be treated, and you lead with love. And it, you know, yes, I'm a Christian. I'm gonna talk about my God, and I'm not gonna be ashamed of it all day long. But everybody doesn't believe what I believe, and I'm not gonna judge anybody for that. I feel like if people see, you know, the love of God through the action that I put out in the world, then they're gonna feel it, not by me telling them you should believe in God. They're gonna feel it because I was nice to them, or because I sang from my heart, or because I did something to show them what love is supposed to look like. And I'm utilizing my music and what God blessed me with as the platform to do that. Woo!
Oh my goodness. Yes. Come on, Gabby. You don't know me, Gabby.
That's my little sister. My question is dealing with kind of honing in what my it is, like what it is I'm meant to do. I do so many things, and I feel like sometimes I'm stretched. You said you were talented when you were younger. I do marketing, that was my major. I'm pretty good at it without training. I'm pretty good at it. Do photography. I'm kind of like everywhere a little bit. So I really want to find that thing that's for me, so I can use it to make a difference in the world. But it's hard to do that when you don't know what it is. Because I feel like there's so many things speaking to me, but I really don't know what that is. So what's your advice of finding that thing?
The question that you have to ask yourself is, what can you stand to do for free?
That's good.
If you can do it for free and still be fulfilled, then that's your passion, that's your it.
Wow.
I can do music whether I get paid or not, and I'm fulfilled. And that's how you know where you're supposed to be. Like, it's not about, okay, well, I'm good at this and I'm decent at that, I'm really great at that. It could be something that you're even better at than what your passion is supposed to be. But what can you wake up every morning and be like, man, I'm doing this for a living. or I'm just doing this for fun and still be okay with it? That's how you answer that question.
Oh, yeah. All right. Yes, well, thank you.
Live audio. Somebody got a selection plate?
Come on.
Pass the hat.
Yes, yes. Well, on behalf of On the Scene, we thank you so much for coming here. We know you are like crazy busy. You got a lot going on.
Yes.
And we have been so blessed with your journey. And every time, I know every time I hear you, on that stage, I get goosebumps, and I feel like a little girl.
Yes.
Just rooting like from the pit of my stomach. I be rooting for you. So we want to thank you. We want to present you with a few different things. We got the on Wednesdays we drink red. Some wine glass. Yes, and then we got your On the Scene shirt. Yes, represent. Yes. And we thank you. We got one more surprise as well that we want to give to you. But while we're sitting, is there anything you want to tell the audience? As we know, when does What I do? So when does the show air, and how are we gonna at this process in Top 24?
Yeah.
Are we voting at this time, or how does it all work?
Absolutely. The show airs every Monday and Tuesday at 7 p.m. on NBC Channel 5. And basically, at this point, once the live shows begin, because I believe they have one more week of knockouts. They're showing the rest of the knockouts that haven't happened yet next week, and then I think they're going to do a recap, and then after that, the following week starts the live shows. And the live shows is where America actually has a voice. So, I want to urge any and everybody that's watching just to support. I ain't even gonna say support me, because at the end of the day, support who you gonna support.
Right.
Vote for who you are going to vote for. But at the end of the day, just you have so many artists on there that's following their dreams, and they've been brave enough to do what it is that they love to do. And we got so many powerhouses on there that's outside of me. And I just love them all. So I'm just gonna say support us.
Yes.
Okay, watch The Voice every Monday and Tuesday, 7
Monday
p.m.
and Tuesday.
on NBC.
Yes.
And all of my hashtags and everything to support me, if that's what you so choose, is Team Sandy Red, that's red with 2 P's. Red Fever, Rock Soul, Team J Hug, come on Chicago. Yes, absolutely. All of my social media, please follow me on Sandy Red Music for all of my social media platforms, and my website is sandyred.com.
Yeah! Yes, we have one more thing to present to you. We have this. got a little Sandy Red cake.
Oh my God!
Yes.
Oh my God! That's my baby! Oh my God!
Yes.
Oh my God, do y'all see this?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want it to fall. It has my logo on it.
Oh my God!
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, I can't stand y'all.
Yes, we love you and we support you.
God.
And you are always in our hearts and our prayers. And we just want you to succeed. Because you deserve, you didn't put in work, and this is your opportunity. God sees you, He sees everything. And the thing about God is that He sees your fears, He sees your tears. Because a lot of times we get in front of these cameras and we go home at night and we cry.
Yes.
Because we're still trying to figure it out. So thank you for being an inspiration. Thank you for telling your story. It means a lot to those of us out here that's still struggling and trying to make it, to know that we can get to those platforms, still be humble, and still have a voice. So thank you. Sandy Red,
Where's Carl? Okay. Yeah, we ain't gonna move. I'm up top to get this, y'all. I'm sorry. Let his legs over his head a little bit long.
If you tell me there's a chance, I'll put that shoe back.
There's a chance.
Let's talk about this. By the way, I've never been serious on stage.
One more second. I'm talking to Shannon J.
Let me start this because I hit my button. No one is
still,
long.
I know.
I think you deserve that.
All right, we Tiffany. Okay.
Come forward, you, yeah, come up some. You, come around a little. Yep, right there. Okay, stay there.
All right, come on, Stacy.
Oh, are we still live?
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, we still live.
You are like fire.
Right back, I'm done.
Yes.
Phone.